everyone. A warm welcome to each and every one of you. Today we have with us Shuba Hiremal. Hello Shuba, a welcome back to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Shuba has been teaching us yoga and astrology. How we can use yoga, the parts of yoga, Ashtang Yoga, into our lives and thereby strengthening our houses and the planets within it. We have so far covered Dhyan, Dharan, and Yam and Niyam. So these are the four forms that we have covered, and we have been continuously working on the asana and pranayam. So in yoga, we still have two samadhi and pratyahar left. Shubha. So samadhi is something that is at the moment beyond us. What would you say on the other topic for us today?
Yes, so we have pranayam and pratyahar. So pranayam is nothing but we control our mind through controlling the breath intake. So inhalation and exhalation are the process through which we can control our mind. So if we can see that suddenly if we are stressed out or if we are angry or agitated, we feel very irritated within, suddenly our breath will become fast, like the inhalation and exhalation time will be very fast. So by just controlling the inhalation and exhalation pattern, that we can control our mind, and in return we can control the shadripus or the anger, frustrations, whatever we get, we can have that control. This actually on average for 15 breaths we should take actually for 1 minute. So 15 to 20 breaths. So that would be a very good thing. But so actually we take many more than that. So to be very precise, for us to be a very yogi advanced one, then it will be a 15 breaths intake in a minute. So then it comes pratyahar. Pratyahar is nothing but controlling our mind by controlling the sense organs. So we all have the sense organs like the vision, the touch, the ears, whatever we hear or smell or taste, all these things. So a yogi is a one who has a control over all the sense organs. Like as they say, right, too much is too bad. Like there is always a balance what we need in the body, like moderate. So everything in yoga is focused on getting balance. Like they say there are 5 kinds of elements in the body, so all that has to be balanced. So if we like something and we go on consuming it just for the sake of our taste buds are asking us to taste it, for example we consume non-veg, so which is not actually good for the system. As a yogi takes a path, so it is a tamoguna, the non-veg food is a tamogun. Or the smell, if it is good, you take a perfume or something like that, again it has irritants, it causes irritants in the nostril. And also hearing to gossips maybe. So as they say, right, whatever we imbibe or take from others, that is what is stored in us, and that is what we will be able to give back to the other people. So by restraining ourselves from too much involvement in the all the sense organs, involving too much onto the outside pleasures, we can restrain that and control our mind. That way it is excellent method for us to control our mind and body.
So pranayam, I'd like to go back to pranayam and ask, so how does kumbhak, that is, controlling the breath within the system, or when it is out of the system, not letting it go in, and when it is inside the system, letting it be there for some time, how does that help in the pranayam?
Okay, so exactly what is happening, we suddenly inhale or exhale, what is happening, the oxygen whichever is going inside is not completely absorbed by the blood or organs inside. So we have to give some duration of time for it to completely absorb the oxygen, hold for some time, so that the carbon dioxide, whichever is generated from various process in the body, that will be completely taken from all the parts, even the blood, whatever is carrying, and then it comes out very harmoniously. That time or duration whatever we give will enhance the process more efficiently. That is the reason. If we suddenly do it, because if every system, there are millions of cells in the body, there are so much of organs, so many organs which are performing so
Yeah.
many tasks at a time, so all that needs a oxygenated blood supply. And definitely there will be, after every process, there will be some toxins, deoxygenate, all that carbon dioxide, all that gases all liberated. That can't happen very quickly. We have to give it a some time so that we can efficiently perform the system, doing well day by day.
The system that is taking in the vital air source is totally using up the entire most of the most of the air properly, oxygen properly, and is giving it simultaneously, sending out maximum amount of toxins possible, right?
Exactly, ma'am. So there are so many processes which are happening in the body. So many um, enzymes are secreted for digestion. During the daytime, there are so many digestive enzymes, excretion, secretion, all that. So that is the reason.
So we welcome you once back with yoga and astrology with Shuba Hirima. This is a contact number, and she has a channel called Dhatu Yoga. She can be connected with on shubha.hirima31@gmail.com. I would also like you to know that we have had a series of videos on the different houses and the postures. Today we are starting a series on planets. So requesting you all, if you have not seen the series on the houses, have a look so that you know we all can benefit from it. So the sun is the element, the first first planet that we always talk about. So we start with the very famous, the very famous worldwide, that is the Surya Namaskar.
Yes, so it is sun. Sun is the element of fire. So Surya is also sun. So the element of fire within us has to be there in a very appropriate proportion. It should not be too much or less. So very important balancing postures for balancing the fire element, which is called also the vitality within us, is the Surya Namaskar. So there are 12 steps involved in the Surya Namaskar, and definitely what does sun represent within us? So it represents our heart, eyes, circulatory system, the spinal cord, the left eye in female and the right eye in the male. So all these organs are associated with sun. So by definitely performing the asanas, as we can see, the oxygenated blood supply, as we see, the circulation system is involved with sun. So the blood circulation, as we see, the first step, the lady is doing the namaskar mudra. So the arms get strengthened, then she bends back, so backward bending, so the head gets supply of blood and your back spine gets flexibility. Then bending forward in the third posture, lot of blood supply to the head region.
Yes.
And the fourth posture will balance the hips, like we can see the hip region. And the fifth posture is called dandasana, wherein you stay like a stick posture. And the next posture is called ashtanga namaskar, so 8 parts of the body touching the floor. And then it's called bhujangasana, where we take a pose of a cobra. And then we have the mountain pose. So this is again good. Then we come back to Ashwa Sanchalanasana, just like a horse, the thighs, the calf muscles, the hip joint, all gets good blood supply. And then we go to Padahastasana, and then backward bending, and then the Namaskar Mudra. So this complete cycle provides good circulation throughout the body. If we can see, none of the body parts is left out, in performing this. If a person can't do other kind of variations in, yogasanas, if the person does Surya Namaskar, that would be the best asana which everyone can practice. Even our
And
Guruji
what I
used to
can
tell that
see,
even an aged person, even if you're 50 years, 60 years, even for matter 70, you can perform this asana how much ever it is, your body is able to take it, that much. It's the best asana, no limitations for anyone. So we can take this up. This is good for increasing the vitality in the body, circulation of blood supply, and definitely the fat. We can see all the, for weight loss they say. So default is the weight loss. So people ask us in yoga asanas, will we lose the weight? Definitely, because you will take such postures that the excessive, yes. So these are called the mantras. Okay, bija mantras. So for every asana, there are bija mantras called as Om Mitraya Namaha, the first pose, and then comes Om Ravaye Namaha, and then Om Suryaya Namaha, Om Bhanave Namaha, Om Khagaya Namaha, Om Pushne Namaha, Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha, Om Marichaya Namaha, Om Adityaya Namaha, Om Savitre Namaha, Om Arkhaya Namaha, Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. So all these are the salutation for the sun god. So these are the bija mantras. By telling these bija mantras, you can perform the asanas.
yeah, okay. So we come to the element of moon, which is water. So how does the moon? What are the associations of moon? I see somebody doing a pranayam here. So how would you relate that pranayam to the moon?
Okay, so definitely the moon has an element of water. So water represents emotions, all that, and definitely the moon represents so right eye in the female and the left eye in the male, and definitely it is associated with cold because water is cold, right? And it is associated with stomach, uterus in a female body, mind definitely in a male body. And definitely moon is the entity which comes during the night. So it is very cool, easy breezy, and very cooling effect it has. Moon, unlike sun is very hot, heat, and the moon is very cooling effect. So if we have to cool our system just like how it is cooling the cosmos, moon, so we have to practice the Chandra Anulom Vilom before we go to sleep. If we practice, this is the best thing, because we feel that insomnia is a problem with people having afflicted moon or something like that. Then Chandra Anulom Vilom is the best practice for us to take. That is why this is associated. So there are two kinds of nadi called as Surya Nadi and Chandra Nadi. So definitely the right nostril is called the Surya Nadi and the left is called as Chandra Nadi. And coolness, as we all know, moon is a symbol of coolness, and doing pranayama cools. This Chandra Anulom Vilom Pranayam cools down the system. That way it is good for the
Yeah,
moon
so the
afflicted.
Surya Bhedi pranayam increases the heat in the body, and the Chandra Bhedi increases the cooling factor in the body. So in the summers, as of now, we should be doing Chandra Bhedi pranayam, and in winters we can do the Surya Bhedi pranayam, right?
uh, Default we can't take it like that, ma'am, but people who are thin, very very thin, they can take up Chandra Anulom Vilom Pranayam or Chandra Bedan Pranayam, because that will increase the weight in the body. Surya is something which burns out the fat inside. So people who are fat, they can practice Surya Bhedan Pranayam, all that. And excessive practice of any pranayama is harmful. We have to have a check at it. Yeah.
Right.
And next we have Mercury. Mercury is an element of earth, and Mercury represents lungs, our speech related problems, then mouth, tongue, hands, digestive system, and nervous system. So the best practice for this would be the Balasana and Ardha Matsyendrasana. So as we can see, The balasana has the lady touches her forehead to the floor, so that the earthing, we all know that there is a, earth element is earthing, so we have to have that earthing element within us.
The
And
body
then
getting in
this is
contact to
for
the
good
earth.
for nervous system.
The body getting in contact to the earth.
Yes, yes. The full body is in contact, the from the top till the bottom. So that way it stabilizes. And then for nervous system, the Ardha Matsyendra Asana is very good. So it activates all the nadis in the body, especially the spine. So that way it will activate our Mercury element within.
That was a very beautiful presentation, Shubha, and we learned a lot of things about Pratyahar and Anulom Vilom, that is part of the pranayam. That too much people I know would do 1 hour pranayam, but then as you said, too much of pranayam also is not good. We have to have a control over it. Keeping that in mind, I would suggest, I would ask all of you viewers out there to leave your comments. If there's any question that you have that you would want to ask Shubha Hirimat, please feel free to ask the questions. We would be more than happy to answer it for you. Thank you so much, Shubha, once again for coming on board and helping us understand and attach the importance of yoga with astrology.